Welcome back to another episode of the Childish Grown-Up Show. We are the Childish Grown-Ups. I am one of the hosts, the world-class Mo, aka Mochaccino. I am here with my wonderful co-hosts, Ash Bash, Mia B. Ladies, how y'all feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. Happy to be here per usual.
Same. Feeling good, feeling great. How are you?
I like it. Feeling good, man. I'm gonna throw some on y'all real quick. It might be on the back of a t-shirt, you know. Childhood number 2 is what we bring in every episode. It's our childhood number 2. Everybody tapped in. We're rewriting things, or we're adding to things on here on the Childish Grown-Up Show. So glad to be back. Yeah, I know we are in our summertime vibes rotation. One of my favorite rotations that we have done and continually do. Definitely a staple on the Childish Grown-Up Show. So glad to be here. Glad to be doing what we do. Shout out to all the Stoop kids that keep coming back every week listening to our show. With that being said, let's get into a few of our comments. You know what I mean? A little something. So Public Enemy B wrote, I think he wrote like right after, I think, if I'm correct in that, on our John Q review. He said happy birthday, obviously. Shout out to Ash. and he also wrote, this and the Mother's Day rotation made for good discussions. Definitely some heavy emotion moments in the films, but y'all did a great job with them as always. Keep it up. Which I want to say to our man's Public Enemy B.
Thank you. I've been wondering where he's been at on the comments and stuff, so it's always gratitude.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your continued support.
Yeah, we do have something else. It pertains to a few different podcasts, but he did bring up our show. It is from Mr. Wesley. Actually, let me go to it. I'm gonna pull it up. It's on my phone. But so he had sent something, and we'll be responding to it, of course, on our other feed with me and the guys. But he had sent something about like kind of how critics handle movies and how they kind of get real snobbish about it, as if they're like giving this high intellectual level in reviews. And he had sent it to me. He said this is why I'm glad Good Earners, No More Half Measures, Culture Garden, and Childish Grown-Ups exist. And I asked him, can you explain? And he goes into like a kind of a lengthy message, but I thought it was dope that he acknowledged Childish Grown-Ups. I don't know if he's wrote in on here, Mr. Wesley, but he's a person that I'm always in contact with. He's a supporter, and I thought it was dope. So the fact that he looks at us, because we have like those intellectual conversations about breakdowns, and he put us in that mix. So I shout out Mr. Wesley for looking at like our style and seeing what we're doing. Of course, he's a black man, of course, but he understands like there's an art to how we do what we do. So anything I want to say to Mr. Wesley, if he happens to be listening?
Thank you, Mr. Wesley. You got a strong name there. It's
Hey, yes, he do.
You know what I'm saying?
The father.
Thank you so much. I just feel I'm grateful just to be in the mix, in the name with those other heavy hitting podcasts that I listen to and love.
Absolutely.
The whole umbrella family of podcasts that are doing the big one too, and I love them all. I'm super proud of everybody involved, and I'm just appreciative to be named on the list.
Absolutely. I mean, first off, I got some of the dopest co-hosts. I couldn't ask. Like I like either hand is the upper hand. I pull up, I'm with the ladies. Yeah, I come through body this every week. I turn around, I'm with the guys. They body it every week. I am in great company, and I am very pleased with the work and the people that I get to work with. All of y'all do an excellent job, and I'm glad that he feels strongly about our style and how we present and how we give insight from our experiences and our interpretation. So shout out to Mr. West, Mr. West, Mr. Wesley. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them. And that is all of our comments from the Stoop Kids. Again, y'all leave a comment on our YouTube video. If y'all don't leave it there, our Instagram, the Childish Grown Up Show, no spaces, email childishgrownups3@gmail.com. And most importantly, leave an Apple review. Like y'all want to create a bigger village with what we do here on the Childish Grown Up Show. Y'all leave an Apple review and tell your friend, tell a friend, and tell another friend about it. We touch all age groups from people that was born in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and beyond. So y'all share this with people. We bringing joy every week. That's what our goal is. We try not to miss. And I would say that this is probably the most consistent work that is out there right now in the podcast space. So shout out to Ash Bash, Mia B. Shout out to us as a collective, as a crew. And if you want to be down with Bad Boy, then all right. All right. But all right. Let's get into a childish grown-up moment. Mia B, let's start with you first this week.
You know what? I really don't have one. And I tried to think about it, and I tried to come up with something. Ooh. I lied. I do have something. See, that's the ADHD. But so I was in the car with my daughter, and I don't even remember how we got on the topic of like older movies or this particular movie. But for some reason, I asked her if she had ever seen Dr. Dolittle. Oh, I remember what it was. I had her listening to Aaliyah music.
Mm-hmm.
And we were listening to Are You That Somebody? And I was telling her, you know, that we used to love Aaliyah. Her dance moves were dope. And I used to try to do the dance from this video. And I was like, she made this song for the soundtrack to a movie called Dr. Dolittle. And I was like, have you ever seen it? And she's like, no. So I made her watch it with me. We had a little movie night Saturday, and we snuggled up in my bed with our snacks. And I turned on Dr. Dolittle, and she fell asleep on it, which whatever, but it still felt like a little piece of my childhood I got to share with her because I hadn't seen it in forever. And I used to really, really love Dr. Dolittle.
How did it hold up? How did it hold up?
I think it held up great. Like it's such a cute. Now, I will say it is very much like of the time.
Of course.
The animal like CGI, but it still was really cute. Like I think it's a funny family movie that any of us could still watch with our kids today.
Mm-hmm.
It did have some real like 90s type humor, but I think if we had watched a little earlier in the day, she would have appreciated it a little more.
Did she get to the halfway mark, or was it?
Yeah, she did. She got about halfway through, and then she rolled over. I'm like, girl, she's like, I'm sleepy.
Rolled over on them.
You know, Tauruses love they sleep.
That is a fact, though. I am definitely a sleepyhead. When it's time to go to bed, I'm an early bird, not a late owl. So, you know, real quick, which one you like more, one or two?
I think I like one better, but I did really enjoy two. Okay. With, you know, a little older Raven-Symoné, but I just really appreciate the first one.
That's fair. Yeah. Yeah. It was dope too, and those was like two of my like childhood crushes. So it was just like, bro, fire. Kyla, Raven, come on.
You know, me and Kyla Pratt have the same birthday.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? I love Kyla aging so well and just preserving her whole energy, her whole aesthetic. Shout out to Kyla, man. For real. Like, we love her. Ash, what about you? You got a childish grown up moment?
I'm kind of light this week, but I made some sweet rice for breakfast for Anthony. Classic.
Of course.
And he usually will ask me for it, but I did it on my own and everything. because I kind of had a taste for it too. So I was like, surprise him and make some sweet rice for breakfast. So I made that, and he was like, "You made rice?" Like, his looks, he'd be so excited. I was like, "Yeah, I made it for you. I wanted to surprise you." So we had that little breakfast moment together. That's about it really this week. Nothing too crazy. Been a lot of adulting right now, but you know.
Yeah, nah, we was talking about Ant the other day. Like,
Were you?
yeah, it's just like I said, that's my nephew because I was thinking about him and I said it's so funny like how his reaction is, like how he works up to be comfortable. Where he'll give you like the short answer, like, yeah, 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 okay, and then he'll work up to like speaking and getting into it. And so we just think about him the other day. That was that was just a funny thought because we just that's my nephew right there. That's my man's. Um,
I appreciate that. Yeah, he has, again, been around all the same people for so many times, and still that initial like warm up. So funny.
I love it. I love it. My childish grown up moment is super nostalgic. Got the whole family in it. You know what I mean? The whole family bad. You know what I'm saying? So, a lady at our church had gave a keyboard to our son. He's much too young for the keyboard because the keyboard is like like my Yamaha. It's the real legit, not the little Tinker Toy one, but it's like the legit keyboard. And I was in the room, playing the keys on it, just like trying to get the sound. And so, of course, it started off with some Drake. I was trying to play that Janice. Definitely got the Janice locked in. Before you know it, we was like, you know what? Let's bring it to the living room. So then my wife gets involved, daughter gets involved, and now we got the YouTube going. We're trying to like get the tunes, bro. We probably played like 8 songs, like on the keys, getting the sounds. I think we played like Michael Jackson. We probably played Kendrick's Humble. We played Alicia Keys, and it took me back to back in the day. Ash remembers, but us and our cousins, we rode the same bus, and we at one point we lived in the same neighborhood, and we would, especially me and my cousin Daryl, we would record. We would re-record what we would hear from like a song that was like popular at the time. And you get like 6 spaces of recording, so you can put 6 sounds in it to make a whole thing. And sometimes he would tell me to, "Hey, why don't you get off at my stop? I want you to hear something." We get off on Idiot Avenue, walk in there, he'll let me play it. He'll play it. I remember him playing Young Jock Coffee Shop. I'll never forget that. And then I remember telling him, hey, why don't you, get off at our stop. I want to play something for you. And I had played Snap Your Fingers. I had the whole thing laid out. And that was like our culture. That was our thing, is just making these beats. Even when we moved back to Indy, Ash, I don't know if you remember, but when we stayed in the basement in Rosner, and I used to have my keyboard in the little washer and dryer area. And I would make my own beats, and I tell mom and dad, come down. Everybody come down, and we'll go into the little laundry room in the basement. And I would play my stuff one more time. And so that whole thing, just having the whole family involved, playing the keyboard, getting into it, bruh, you talk about nostalgia at its purest and highest form. It was so fun. And it's just that making fun with like no tech, like no phones, you're just making organic fun. That was so nostalgic and so much of a childish grown up moment. So that's my that's my moment.
Did you play Uncle Duro?
Nah, is he on YouTube?
Yeah, remember?
No, I was thinking about it. Wait, what? No, I thought. Oh yeah, that was him.
Anytime I guess if I'm on the keyboard, that's the first thing I play, dude.
Hey man, you used to play that a million times over, bro. And you play. Remember, we used to play the Michael Dent. So, but yeah, that's my childish grown up moment. Just that whole thing just brought so much joy, so much organic fun, and I hope we just want to keep having moments like that. So, yeah, and again, y'all write in for y'all childish grown up moment, man. Again, y'all know the handles, everything is in the description. Y'all write in that to join this collective that we do every week. Ash, the floor is yours.
right. We are still on the road to 100, and the Stoop Kids are showing out. We have 97 subscribers. So we're literally 3 away from 100. We had 96. I checked it right before we got on and I saw 97. I was like, whoa, 96, 97. Whoa.
Yeah, that was 37 minutes ago, right? As we're
But I'm
recording.
saying, I'm like, do you know how hard it is to accumulate new subscribers? Like,
It's very hard.
because we have our OGs, obviously, but like, that means the word is getting around. So I
Mm-hmm.
think that is amazing. We appreciate y'all for listening and tapping in every week because we do our best to provide the nostalgia for y'all and for ourselves. So again, tell a friend and tell a friend. Come tap in
Mm-hmm.
with the childish grown-ups every week.
Yeah.
And now it is time for the Flash with Ash. We do have trivia today, me and B. And I do remember you saying like, Sex in the City, you can't get me, all that. So we're going 3 for 3
Okay,
from Sex in the City.
bring it
I'm
on.
gonna see it. I'm gonna see if I can stump y'all. I'm gonna do my best. So
I'm
with that
nervous.
being said, now y'all got it. I'm sure y'all. But all right. So first one. What was the fake name Carrie used to get into the Soho House pool? Elizabeth Taylor, Annabelle Bronstein, Lady Penelope, or Victoria Jones?
Annabelle Bronstein.
I'm rolling with Mia.
That is correct.
Ooh.
Had to dig in that bag. All right. Number 2. Before Charlotte and Harry adopted the name Lily, what name had Charlotte originally planned to give her daughter? Ava, Emma, Shayla, or Grace?
Shayla.
I'm gonna roll with you because you're so confident, but Shayla's not ringing the bell for me. But I'm gonna roll with my partner since
It's correct.
Cooking.
I know. I was like, I think this one might get y'all, but okay. So let's reel it in with this last and final. Can we go 3 for 3?
Look,
How long has it been since y'all went
She
3
like,
for
bro, stop playing with me. We can go 5 for 5 is what she was trying to say.
3?
relax.
Okay. What store did Samantha buy and later return her famous vibrator from? The Pleasure Chest, Toys in Babylon, Sharper Image, or Brookstone?
Sharper image.
Bro,
I'm rolling. Like
that is correct.
hey,
That is correct.
listen.
Yes.
She meant that shit last week. She meant that shit.
I told you. I remember because the girl, what's her name, tried to steal Charlotte's baby name, and she was having a baby, and that was a thing. Then Samantha bought the massager from Sharper Image, and she had to use it to put Miranda's baby Brady to sleep because his bouncy chair broke. Come on. I do. I'm trying to tell you. I
Hey,
do.
talk your talk. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm happy for you. You know what I'm saying? The house is tired of winning. You feel me? So congratulations. You have went 3 for 3 today from Sex in the City. And that is all for the Flash for that.
I dig. All right, but before Mia takes us back, I don't think we covered 2005. So let's do the lay of the land a little bit. What was going on in 2005? So some of the biggest films that were happening in that year was Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, Batman Begins, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Shout out to our Harry Potter fans. King Kong, The Chronicles of Narnia. I remember that. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Wedding Crashers. 40-Year-Old Virgin. What a classic, right? Another classic, Hitch. Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Fantastic Four. and Madagascar, just to name a few. That's a great. I didn't know 2005 was a great year for films. Not to mention, obviously, we got to throw this on there, even though it ain't on the list. Roll Bounce that we're going to do today. As far as TV shows go, The Office debuted. We know what The Office means out there. Everybody Hates Chris premiered. Avatar: The Last Bender premiered. Grey's Anatomy debuted. Ash, I know you're a Grey's fan.
Didn't come out till 2005.
That's what it say. I mean, unless I'm wrong.
Okay.
Sheesh.
How I Met Your Mother premiered. Prison Break premiered. At 05, they was getting a bag. American Idol was one of the biggest TV shows at the time, and Lost dominated television. I love Lost. Shout out to Spike Lee, my brethren. Me and him, Lost fans, the long way. As far as kids were watching SpongeBob. That obviously we're teenagers, but kids. SpongeBob, That's So Raven, Drake and Josh, Zoe 101, The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, and Ben 10. Like after That's So Raven, that's the cutoff because we were already at the age where, at 15, we're already starting to like get outside more. So all the other ones is like, as far as music goes, Kanye West's Late Registration, his follow-up album to College Dropout that we love so much. Mariah Carey's big comeback album, The Emancipation of Mimi. She had about 4 singles off that joint. And that album was banging, but them singing, I came to have a party. Like, hey, listen. Shout out to Jermaine Dupri, because that shit is fire. Like,
Yes.
50 Cent's sophomore effort, The Massacre, came out. Ya Boy, Pretty Boy, light skin, Chris Brown, debut Chris Brown album came out. And The Game, the documentary, came out. One of the best albums in hip hop and definitely one of the best West Coast albums. The hit songs that were out: Gold Digger from Kanye and Jamie, We Belong Together from Mariah Carey, Holla Back Girl from Gwen Stefani, Run It from Chris Brown, Candy Shop from 50 Cent. Ash, I remember you love that Candy Shop.
Yes.
Since You Been Gone, Kelly Clarkson. I love that. Since You Been Gone, like that was Lose Control. You talk about losing weight. Listen, you work out to Lose Control from Missy Elliott. Music make you lose control. Like, yeah, let's go. Hey, rest in peace, Fat Man Scoop. Rest in peace. And lastly, ironically enough, Let Me Hold You. Bow Wow and Omarion. The timing couldn't have been better. If y'all ain't checked it out already, check out Bow Weezy's Tiny Desk. Did it stizzle. As far as video games go, Resident Evil 4, God of War, Guitar Hero, Need for Speed Most Wanted, Shadow of Colossus, Call of Duty 2, Mario Kart DS, Battlefield 2. The Xbox 360 launched. I still have my Xbox 360. Insane. PSP became widely available in North America, and Nintendo DS gained popularity. As far as technology go, y'all, this gonna make us feel real old. YouTube launched.
Wow.
Bro.
Oh, wow.
2005. It's crazy. It's like you almost think it's always been there. But this is when it started, where you remember you have 9 videos to just get through a whole video. Crazy. Of course, like we talked about the Xbox, the Motorola Razr was the must-have phone. Man, you talk about luxury, the Razr was one of them ones. MySpace became the top social network. I was late to the party. I hate that every time. It's one of my biggest regrets. Facebook expanded beyond Harvard, but was still limited mainly to college students. Broadband internet became more common in homes, and the iPod popularity exploded. The iPod was different, man. I miss the days where everything was separate. I love the convenience we got now, but don't you miss that? You got your GPS machine. Oh, you may not, but I mean, yeah, it's a lot of money spending on all that. But I do like the idea of of like having those things, just like what it meant then. But it is better now, I guess. As far as sports go, San Antonio Spurs won the NBA championship, Finals MVP Tim Duncan, Rookie of the Year, Emeka Okafor. As far as NFL, New England, I ain't about to even talk about them. Forget New England Patriots, bro. I'm gonna cut that all the way off. We Colts fans, we know what that means. As far as yeah, yeah, right, exactly. As far as MLB, Chicago White Sox won their first World Series in since 1917. Major news. We remember this. We was around. Hurricane Katrina devastated New Orleans. It's still like talked about to this day. London experienced the July 7th terrorist bombing. And I'm gonna leave it there. There's a few other things, but I don't tend to like to lean in that because this is a place of joy and stuff. But these are realities that have happened. As far as fashion and trends go, polo shirts, pop collars, Von Dutch hats, apple bottom jeans, Rockaware and Sean John. As much as we don't want to bring up Sean John, but it was a moment. Baby fat, tall tees, cargo shorts, Air Force Ones, Nike Dunks, Sidekick phones. That's the fashion trend then. As far as snacks and pop culture, Mountain Dew Pitch Black remained a fan favorite. Whoa.
Ooh.
Here's a crazy one. I didn't know nothing about this. Takis were beginning to gain attention in the U.S. Did anybody know Takis had been around that long? That's insane. I might have to double fact check that because you can't just make me believe that. Lunchables and Dunkaroos were lunchbox staples. Orbit gum commercials were everywhere. Now y'all remember the Orbit gum commercials. Okay. Energy drinks like Red Bull became increasingly mainstream. This is the early days of Red Bull. Now it's a staple. As far as slang goes, some of the slang phrases that was used in 2005, that's hot, bling, faux shizzle, my bad, crunk, YOLO wasn't around yet, but you know, there was a version of that. And owned or pwned became popular in the gaming culture. And that is 2005 for your ass. So I feel like we really took it back. We are really in 05. But to get us fully in 05, we got to get in that time machine as Mia closes the door and take us back to the film that we are reviewing today. Mia B.
All right. 2005's Roll Bounce. In the summer of 1978, a teenager and his group of friends face new challenges when their neighborhood roller skating rink closes, forcing them to visit a different rink. For cast, we have Shad Bow Wow Moss as Xavier X. Smith, Shy McBride as Curtis Smith, Brandon T. Jackson as Junior, Marcus T. Polk as Boo, Rick Gonzalez as Naps, Chloe Thomas as Mixed Mike, Journey Smollett as Tori, Kalita Smith as Vivian, Megan Good as Naomi, Wesley Jonathan as Sweetness, Nick Cannon as Bernard, and please forgive me because her name is one I haven't seen before. I think it's pronounced Busisiwe Irvin as little Sonia Smith. And we also have appearances from Wayne Brady as DJ Johnny Feelgood, Daryl DMC McDaniels as DJ Smooth D, Mike Epps as Byron, and Charlie Murphy as Victor. And this film was released September 23rd, 2005.
Did you mention Nick Cannon at all?
Uh-huh.
Oh, you said, okay. My bad. I missed that. All right, so here we are. Before we get into our overall discussion, let's be kind and rewind. I'm going to throw the ball in your court first, Mia B, and then Ash, you can follow up after that. Mia B, this is your pick this week. Again, with our rewind, you don't have to remember your first time watching it. I just want you to elaborate on how you remembered the film up until this point of watching it. So take us back to how you remember this film, and then what was your experience like watching it this time?
So, of course, as a 15-year-old girl, when this film came out. I was extremely excited to see it because I've always been a Bow Wow fan. But I also had like we hadn't seen Marcus Polk in a long time, and I was excited to see him in the movie. Rick Gonzalez was like the new hotness coming out. And so I was really excited to see it. But the crazy thing is, I didn't immediately love this movie. It was one that had to kind of grow on me because even now watching it, I'm like, oh Lord, this movie's so corny. But it's still really cute. Like it's a feel good film and it's something you can watch when you just want to put on something that has that warm fuzzy feeling. It's going to be a happy ending. It's a nice summer vibe, teenage coming of age story. But initially when I first saw it, I didn't love it. I thought it was kind of cheesy, but it grew on me. And I still really love this movie. Like I enjoy it a lot. It's just still one of those where I'm like, I know it's gonna be cheesy, but I'm just gonna go along for the ride and I'm gonna love it anyway.
That's dope. Similar to you, Mia. Um, Boy crazy in this movie, right? I'm what, 13 at this time, so Bow Wow fan, absolutely. He had already did Like Mike, so clearly I was more curious to see how his acting career progresses. Super Bow Wow fan, like extremely. And then when I saw all the heavy hitters, like you said, Rick, Nick, and not seeing Marcus, like you said, Pope from Moesha, like I was like, man, we ain't seen him in so long. And I kind of still wish he was more on the scene now that I think about it, but um, I remember seeing the previews. I feel like I saw the previews to this, and I saw so many people that's going to be in it. And at that time, I was excited. But of course, sometimes you see a lot of actors in one movie. It's like it could go either way. That's not what I was thinking at that time. But nowadays, I'm like, if it's too many in there, I'm like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Um, Journey. It was good to see her. And I just remember skating, like skating being a really big thing, and it just took me back to when we all were hanging out in real life before social media and stuff. Like everybody had like a hangout spot, you know what I mean, like a kick it spot. And I remember going to the skating ring, like that was heavy in our earlier days too. Like I remember going with my girl cousins. I don't know if bro remember this or not, like if y'all were with us or not. Sometimes we had our side quests, and we was looking for the cuties in there. So it was cute. You would go at a certain time and you like get to see who's around. Like that's so fun. So innocent, but like still kind of like a little fast. Little class like half days, but just like me, like when I first saw it, I didn't like it that much really. I just was like, it's just like she said, kind of corny, cheesy. So it's kind of you accept it for what it is. Watching it now, it still was just it was a cool little vibe because it just kind of put you in that time. Um, Brandon T and I haven't seen this in a long time. Like this isn't one that I like. Let me watch Roll Bounce. I never think about it, and it's still crazy that it came out before ATL. Because I feel like when ATL came out, I was like nobody's talking about Roll Bounce. It came to like skating, like it's never like about. But yeah, it was cool watching. It felt very nostalgic.
Yeah, don't worry. I do want to have that conversation because I obviously, like I spoke on at the end of the last episode about us doing ATL last year for our summertime vibes. It was my pick for the rotation as far as that goes. But how I remember this movie was, I think that it was the first movie that I looked at Bow Wow Shad Moss as like, oh, he's really trying to act. I felt like everything came natural to him before because I mean we grew up on Bow Wow. He was such a showman. Every time we seen him, like from the rap videos to like Mike to seeing him on 106 and Park as a kid, and we were kids. He just always had a professionalism how he carried it. I always looked at it like it's natural to him. But like this movie, I remember then feeling like, oh, he's really acting, and it was also I remember thinking that like, oh, he's growing the hair back. Because I think it's just around the time, Ash, where he put out that song where Birdman was in the video.
Let's Get Down.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah, we checked that out while I'm, but like, I remember thinking that like, oh, he's really acting here. And again, when you're younger, you're not realizing like, oh, there's stunt doubles doing certain stunts with the skating. You know what I mean? You're not thinking that. You think like, oh, Bal getting it all the way off, Brandon T getting it all the way off, all of them getting off. But now you realize like, obviously when they focus on the feet, it ain't them. You know what I mean? But back then, I think I enjoyed this movie. I enjoyed Roll Bounce. I didn't look at it like it was corny or cheesy, especially because I knew it was like way back in the day. You know what I mean? This time watching it, I enjoyed it just as much, if not more. Because now I'm a parent, so there's some aspects of the movie that I can see from that view as well as the adolescent view. So super solid movie. And my hot take, I'll just say it here. I mean, I do have some in the later section, but I'll say overall, I think this is a perfect movie. I'm not saying it's the greatest movie, but I think it's a perfect movie as far as execution goes. Because of this is a comedy. This is a comedy movie that has heart, and where they go into the comedy, they do really well, and where they go into the heartfelt moments, they do really well. And when they go into like the kind of competitive aspect, they do well. They don't do too much to me, like especially with it being taking place in '78. So I think this is a perfect movie, and it's but I do have one critique of the movie, but I still think it's perfect overall. But so yeah, let's get into a little bit of an overall discussion here. So my first question, ladies, where does Shad Moss, Bow Weezy, where does he rank in rappers that act? I don't think I asked this when we did Like Mike. So, and I'll name a few. So this is a list that they have on IMDb as far as this is the list. Number 1, Will Smith. Number 2, Ice Cube. I already think they got it wrong right there. Number 3, Queen Latifah. She should be number 2. Number 4, LL Cool J. Number 5, Tupac Shakur. Number 6, Ice-T. Number 7, Yasin Bey or Mos Def. Number 8, Common. Number 9, RZA. Number 10, Mark Wahlberg. I can keep going. If y'all feel like y'all need to, if Bow is not in the 10, I can keep going. Y'all feel like he's in the top 10?
Keep going.
Okay. Number 11, Andre 3000. Number 12, Ludacris. Number 13, Sticky Fingers. This must have been put out a minute ago because Method Man got to move. Number 14, Method Man, because he's really good. Number 15, Snoop Dogg. Number 16, 50 Cent. 17, Fredro Starr. 18, Donald Glover. I would say he was an actor. He don't really count. He was an actor first. I wouldn't put Donald Glover there. Number 19, Heavy D, and number 20, DMX. And it keeps going from there. Is Bow Wow, first off, is Bow Wow top 20?
Yes, for me.
As far as rappers turn actors, that's really tough because that list alone, I think I would swap him out for 1 or 2 people who are on the list. So I would say top 20 for
top
sure.
20. Okay.
Top 10, no. But top 20, yeah.
All right. So then
I'm taking Sticky Fingers out of there.
I would take Sticky Fingers out of there. And again, the 10, Will Smith, Ice Cube, Queen Latifah, LL Cool J, Tupac, Ice-T, Mos Def, Common, RZA, Mark Wahlberg.
Now they can take Mark Wahlberg off. Not because his acting is impeccable, but to consider him like a rapper pisses me off a little bit. Like because like granted, we know Marky Mark had a moment, but please don't piss me off for real.
Yeah.
We not even about to do that.
Yeah, because they could have really put Andre there.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like what's so hard is that most of the rappers on this list were great or are great actors. Like like DMX, he had a moment. He had a real Andre 3000.
I think 50 slept on.
Oh, for sure.
personally. Like people
Yeah.
dog him, and like I mean, Eric Spears make the joke about him, and like I'm a computer tech with glasses, like. But I mean, I think 50 has done some notable work, in my opinion.
Please don't play with Kanan Stark for real.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like Most Def, Yasin Bey, he's done some great. I love a versatile like Andre 3000 when you can do the serious and you can pull off comedy. I love that. I feel like that will always win me over when you have versatility in your acting. And that's where I look at Andre 3000 and his character. One of my favorite characters in a movie, his character Boo in Be Cool.
Oh man,
So many memes and pictures of him in my phone that I use from that character.
I love that.
And even though you hate the movie, you got to give it up
I
for
don't
Billy
hate what Be
Day.
Cool. I don't hate
You
Be
know,
Cool.
I'm talking about Most Def in Brown Sugar. I know you don't like Brown Sugar, but you got to give it up to
Nah,
Mr.
he killed it. He killed that.
for his cabbie
Hey,
performance.
he was in Dexter.
He was. He was in an episode of House too.
Yeah. No, Most Def is he low key a sleeper because he cooks for real.
Yeah.
All right, so
Some
Mia,
blocks, I like that one too.
oh yeah. All right, so Mia, you don't think Bao fits the top 10?
He's no, not top 10 for me.
Ash,
I could probably take RZA out
I'll take RZA out.
and put Bow in there.
RZA is, according to their ranking, RZA is number 9.
See, RZA wouldn't be in my top 10 either, but it wouldn't be Bow Wow either.
I don't see. My thing is, I don't know too many. Like, is Common a better actor than Bow Wow?
Not to me. Like I like Common, but
That's why I know he can make the 10. I'm gonna challenge it. Is Common a better actor than Bow Wow?
The only reason why I would have to say yes is because I've seen him do more versatile work.
it's something about his acting. Like I think he does have a lot of versatility, but it's something about Common's.
It's not quite.
It's not like it's almost it comes off forced a little bit. Like it's not
Yeah.
fluid. Like I feel like Bow Wow is more naturally.
Yep.
And maybe it is the roles that he's taken so far, like Bow, but like Common, it's the way he talks or something. Like it's.
Yep.
I like to see him on screen, but it's just something like when he's just reading his lines, like it just comes off a little like forced.
No,
to
it
me.
does. No, it does because what is the movie he had with his nephew, which was Tariq in Power? Love, LUV.
I think so.
I liked
Yeah.
him a lot in there. I thought it was a great movie. There were some natural moments, but there were some forced moments. But that was probably I watched Hell on Wheels. I think it's called Hell on Wheels. It was a series on AMC, and I thought Common did really good. He was playing a biracial, like kind of cowboy at the time. I think like I like him as an actor, but I don't know.
I think he's a better actor than Bow Wow. I just wish I could have seen Bow or could see Bow do like a John Wick, like we've seen Common do, or Smoking Aces, or Wanted, like something where he has to be.
You ever see him in Smallville?
Mm.
Okay,
That was my show, though.
He's in the episode of Smallville where he's like kind of he's the villain of the episode. Maybe it's something worth checking out. But just to note a few of, I'm just going to do the notable ones, not everything, but like a few of them. So we know Bow was in Like Mike, Fast and Furious, small part, Roll Bounce, Lottery Ticket, Johnson Family Vacation, Medea's Big Happy Family Reunion,
Big Happy Family,
Big Happy Family, Fat F9, In Broad Daylight, All About the Benjamins. He was a Furious 7. He was an Entourage. Fast X. So Bow's popped up in a few of the Fast and Furious. I guess he was in Scary Movie 5. Nobody watched that. He was in Carmen, the hip opera. I do see what you're saying, Mia. Like a lot of the roles feel close to his personality because it don't feel too far out. I mean, he did do some, was it CSI, the digital show that like ended up getting canceled off in one season.
Good on that though. He did good on that.
Yeah, they don't give him a lot of like roles, but I do feel like he got some limitations because he's a shorter, he's a short king. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I think it limits where they can take him a lot. But I think if he was taller, we might have a. I think he could get up to top five if he was taller, but him being shorter, it limits his roles, in my opinion.
Don't sleep on the short kings.
Now I ain't sleeping. Shout out to Kevin Hart. Like he's showing you that.
I'm just playing.
But all right, so Mia, you say you can't see him in top 10. You stop at top 20.
Yeah.
Ash, you say top 10?
I'm putting him in top 10 because I'm swapping.
Yeah,
I mean, based on that list, he's over RZA for sure. Yeah. And was Common in the 10 too?
Common was 8.
I got him over Common too.
Okay.
Isn't my top 10 either, but I would put him above some of those, but those aren't my top 10 either. But I would put him like top 15.
See, I feel like when you get down to it, I think you end up putting him in your 10. I do. I think when you really start looking at the names, I think it's on a like
there's not that many. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like that are really good
actors. That's really good.
Hell yeah.
I don't even think Ice Cube acts better than Bow Wow, in my opinion.
Ice is good,
and
but
they got Ice Cube at number.
I think Ice Cube, you have to give it to him too because of
he's good.
The versatility. Listen, I know where you're going with this.
The ability.
You have to look at it like this, and this is all I'm gonna say about it because I was literally watching a reaction to one of his movies. And they made a point that I have to agree with. Even though you get a version of Ice Cube in every movie he plays in, Doughboy from Boys in the Hood is not the same character as in Are We There Yet? Mm-hmm. And it's not the same character as
Higher Learner.
Like he's playing a version. But you could say the same thing about Denzel Washington.
Or Will Smith. Yeah.
Like you have a version, but he's not the same character. He knows how to bring life to his character. Like Bookham from All About the Benjamins is not the same character.
Or Craig.
Exactly. Like, so he is versatile, but it's still going to be the essence of who he is and what he can bring. And I just feel like you could say the same thing about Bow Wow.
I don't know if Ice Cube is top 5 though.
No. One thing, Ice Cube gonna have some anger in all his roles. Okay, he gonna have a pissed off.
The eyebrows is gonna be.
Once he get pissed off, then that's where you like, that's Ice Cube.
Y'all some Justin Bieber, Miley Cyrus looking motherfucker. Like, but I love it though. But like, he has that star quality. He commands the screen when he pops up, and that's where. I don't know if he's top 5 though. Like I feel like
he's top 5 either. Yeah, I don't think he's.
I feel like he's top 10, no doubt. Like, but I think Will Smith's number 1. I think Queen Latifah is number 2. I think they have LL Cool J at 4. I would say LL is probably number 3. I mean, or we can go Tupac if you want to go Tupac. I can live with Tupac at number 3. But anybody past that, I don't.
Requiem for a Dream. We can't have Tupac so far down on the list. He's got to at least be top 10.
Why? He what do you got? Like 5 movies?
But he killed them shit. So
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm like, bro. Like, I mean, again, people might do more, but like the playing Lucky and then playing Bishop, he's the definition of. Like you're not even looking at it like, oh, this is Tupac being Tupac. You're looking at it like, oh, this is, you know what I mean? Like when we talk about Ice Cube, we're looking at it like, okay, these are versions of Ice Cube that he extended himself. Pac was totally different. Like Lucky is not Bishop.
He's a trained and that boy went to performing arts school and was trained in acting. So.
That's fine, but I wasn't trained in rapping. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I still, so that's why I say I think Pac at 3 for me. I think that fits. I probably go L at 4. I mean, I don't know how y'all feel about Ice-T. Like I mean,
I mean,
He's done.
he get the job done.
He had a whole long-standing role in
SVU.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Hmm.
um
But it's like,
New Jack City.
That was good. That was good. But it
But
wasn't exceptional, but it was good.
I don't know. I think he kind of leans his whole acting career kind of to me leans into SVU.
Yeah, that's it. It's
and even that is just it's just iced tea to me. Like he ain't doing nothing that's like he's just it's reading his work. You know what I mean? It's natural. Like I feel like it's coming off natural, but it's not like
yeah.
for that show he's not having to really stretch.
That's what I'm saying. I think so. I would probably
Write down my top 10.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then we could have that. Like we could have it in a group chat. Like top 10 rappers turn actors. Matter of fact, if y'all want, I'll take this. I'm gonna throw it in the chat for y'all. Just so y'all can have it, and then y'all can go from there.
Because we could talk about this all day.
I know. Yeah, you're right. So I'm gonna throw that in the chat there, so y'all can look that up, and we can come up with our 10. But I definitely think Bow's in there. He might be in the late, but he's there to me. Next thing I want to bring up, Bow Wow and Brandon T. Jackson, a duo in Hollywood that could have been one of them ones. And when I think about duos, I think about Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson. You know, they did a few movies. I think they did 2 or 3 movies together. Kid and Play. You know, I think all of the house parties, as well as what's the movie?
Class Act.
Class Act. I was about to say Higher Learning. That's why I knew it wasn't that. Class Act. But you know, of course, Bow, they did this movie together, and they did Lottery Ticket together.
Gotta throw Ice Cube and Mike Epps in there.
Ice Cube and Mike Epps, you're right. Next Friday and All About the Benjamins.
Janky Promoters.
Janky Promoters. They went for the trifecta. So my question is
I was thinking about Next Day Air when you said Janky Promoters.
So my question is there any other duos that y'all think about in Hollywood that just was like a match made in heaven, that they just, when them two link up, is great, and not sequels? Because obviously there is a huge one that we know out the gate. If we was counting sequels, we know. But
I feel like there are a lot, but I would have to like really think about it.
Well, what do y'all think? What do you think about their chemistry then? What do you think about them as a duo?
Bow Wow and Brandon T. I think they had something between this and Lottery Ticket. I think they had a really great on-screen chemistry where they're really believable as best friends. Like you could see them like really being, even off screen, like having a sort of a kinship or friendship. But, you know, for reasons that I'm not 100% clear on, I know Brandon T. Jackson decided to leave Hollywood alone for a little while. So they didn't go as far as they probably could have, but I think they have great on-screen chemistry. I don't think this movie shines it as good as Lottery Ticket because they have more of an ensemble.
For sure.
Yeah. I agree. I think they had good chemistry. I think it was in the makings for sure. I just saw an interview recently, kind of a clip with Brandon T saying they were asking him about the fallout between him and Bow Wow, and he was saying it wasn't really a fallout. He was kind of like getting more into his spiritual journey, and then Bow was like, "I don't know who this is," and so they kind of just because he was kind of casting everyone that wasn't like on that journey with him, and then they were just kind of like throwing Bow Wow off. So he spoke on it, but then they had a conversation about it and stuff. But yeah, so I just saw that literally like last week. So that's funny how that popped up.
Yeah, actually, Brandon T. Actually, I think low key he does better as like the straight man. Because I seen a movie. It came out some years ago. I think I don't know if it's called like not 10 First Dates, but it's a movie with Megan Good.
Yeah, First
Like
10 or something. I
First
just
10 or
saw that.
something. Yeah, I seen it. It's on YouTube as well, but it's a Lifetime movie, I believe. And
I liked it.
I never
it-
seen it.
It's on Netflix, I think, Mia.
Okay.
I've never seen it. When I saw it on Netflix, I was like, I can't believe I've never seen this movie.
excellent movie. It's a really, really good movie. And Brandon T, he was doing his big one in that one. Like he beefed up a little bit. He was very, had some humor, of course, but he was really in his like, I'm trying to be sexy. I'm trying to be the love interest, and I respected it. You know what I mean? He was in his bag. So that's my hot take. I think he does really well as a straight man. But it's a duo that I would love to see them run it back one more time just to be a solidified duo. Lastly, when we watch this movie, as we're kind of transitioning into the movie and where we want to start at, but like, did y'all notice all of the references of like this kind of interracial dating in the film? I don't know if y'all had noticed that, but it kind of kept being like this reoccurring subtle theme that was coming up. Of course, one of the friends, he was biracial. His mom was white, dad was black. The Nick Cannon character was, dealing with a white woman. I think it was a conversation that was had with the women at the little party that Xavier's dad was at. It kind of kept being a thing.
Corey's dad was white.
Huh?
Corey, Journey's character, her dad was.
Oh, she was I didn't know she was biracial in here.
Yeah, she mentioned that her dad was white.
Okay.
But she said he married a white woman. But she was like, I'm fine because she's loaded, like she's rich.
Oh, that's what it was. Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
that she did say. I remember that quote. Yeah.
I just was like,
that's what it was.
Okay.
But it so that was a reoccurring thing, and I know obviously this movie takes place in '78, and they're getting ready for the '80s. What did y'all think about that? Was like, and I want to say to our listeners that may be a little older, can y'all enlighten us on that a little bit? Like, was that like a big craze going into the '80s, where it's like you're now starting to see more biracial couples or like interracial couples rather? I just noticed that. I was like, dang, I never noticed this when we were teenagers watching this movie, but I noticed it more now. Did y'all notice that at all, or when y'all watch it this time?
I don't think I ever paid it that much attention. But the only one that was like super like blatant to me was really the Nick Cannon character and like, his little girlfriend at the skating rink. But other than that, I didn't necessarily like pick up on it as a theme, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Same. Not until you mentioned it, I didn't really like I know the friend Mixed Mike, like that was kind of like my first thoughts, but
yeah, it was just something interesting I found where I'm like, okay, the person that wrote this obviously was tapping into like, the late '70s going into the '80s, and so he thought that it was necessary to write that in. So I just found it interesting. That was all. It was just an interesting detail that I had noticed. But let's get into the movie. So we're here. Y'all know how we do. We're getting into the film itself. Ash, where you want to start us at, man? You know what I mean? You great intro verse out here, man.
Whatever. I guess kind of just get into the crew, like talk about the crew or whatever, like their dynamic. I remember all their names. I know Junior, Naps, X, Mike, and what's Marcus Polk's name? I don't remember.
Boo.
Oh,
Boo.
Boo. Oh, okay. Yeah, like I think they had a good dynamic, like good brotherhood. You could tell they've been friends for a long time. They all had different personalities, but had each other's back. So I love movies that have a strong friendship foundation. Like I just think that's dope. That's not always like yearn for. Like I don't have a lot of friends. Very, very, very small. And if I do, we're not like all hanging out. I hang out with them, they hang out with her. So we blend up a little bit, but it's not like girlfriends, like Tony Maya. So I always I always like gravitate to movies or anything like that that has a nice, solid friend group. So I thought that was dope. Um, and they, again, them skating and then the street lights. I had that on here too. Like when the street lights came on, getting your butt home, like that.
Mm-hmm.
That brought back memories as well. Like they hanging out, talking
Mm-hmm.
trash, and then like, cause it was so cool to just be outside. Your parents trusted
Yeah.
you to be outside, and it was no issues. Your notification was that light. Get your butt home. You get wash up for dinner because usually dinner's ready and stuff like that. So it just took, like I said, watching this put me in that space. Like, man, it's just super nostalgic, and like you said, just accepting it for what it is, and you're just engulfed in that world and that time. And you're like, man, like just hanging with the friends, and then street lights, like, hey, riding the bike or the scooter, or if you got the rollerblades, getting back home in time. And um, so yeah, just
Yeah.
wanted to touch on the friends a little bit.
Man, you want to talk? What do you want to say about this friend group with all these guys, and then obviously they get a new friend, which is a young lady. There is
Yeah,
a new
Tori.
addition to the crew.
You know what? I love how like fleshed out each of their characters are because even though it's a short movie, you don't spend like a crazy amount of time like going over backstory. You can really feel that each of the characters has something distinct about themselves. Like they feel like real characters, not just a whole bunch of boys they slap together. There's like a real camaraderie that you can feel. Like they really it like the chemistry's there. It flows. And so I love the dynamic of the friend group. But I actually think it's really cool when they add in Tori's character and she's not the object of anybody's desire, at least not right away. Of course, once at the end when she gets her braces off and all that. But I love that she comes in and they just treat her like one of the boys. You know, they're I don't know the plot the Indiana lingo, but they're capping, you know. They got talking about her braces, but then she gets right back. Like, and it just feels really organic, the chemistry between the whole friend group. And I love that. Like, I love
Mm-hmm.
the very diverse but fleshed out personalities each character has.
Yeah, y'all both nailed it perfectly. Yes, it feels good. It's like you with these guys, and it's like they're not like these overly nerdy guys. They're not these overly cool guys. They're just your kind of somewhere in the middle, everyday casual guys. And I always connect with that because that's where I landed in my youth. I was somewhere in the middle like these guys, and I really rock with it. And of course, when they bring uh, the Journey Smollett character into the mix, I love that she getting back with Duke. Like, and it's this interesting thing with her because it's like you're like, is she a tomboy or is she just a girly girl that just gets along with God? It's that interesting dynamic, but I loved it. She was like the Elaine Bennis of their crew. Shout out to Seinfeld, for my Seinfeld fans. And I loved it. Like her getting right with the top Joner in the crew. Like she's getting right with Junior, like immediately. And they're having that banter. And that's a classic trope that went from the 90s into the early 2000s. Obviously, you get your Pam and Martin banter. You get your, you know, your Will and kind of Hillary. You get these kind of man woman banter, kind of jabbing each other like the battle of the sexes type of thing, and they kind of carried on in here, and they do an excellent job. And I loved how they wrote that. Like that's dope to me. It's like, yo, empower this woman right here. Yeah, she got braces, and it takes me back. And I don't know if you remember Ash. I can't remember her name, but she rode our bus. There was this.
Destiny.
No, I don't think
Okay.
her name wasn't Destiny.
The one, our neighbor in the coast.
No, not Destiny. No, not Destiny. I
But she
know
had the
Destiny,
braces too.
but it was her. I don't know. It was Deanna. I don't remember what her name was. But she was short, brown skin. She had braces most of the time. I remember we got older, and then finally she got the braces off,
Bro,
bruh.
are you sure it's not Destiny?
I'm pretty sure, bro. Like Destiny was like light skin, kind of with the color eyes.
Yeah.
But Bubba liked her at the time. I
She was
remember.
in the pussy with Mike in her.
Not
Oh, that's
Destiny.
not who you
Not
talking
no.
about.
It was she was shorter. She was brown skin. She was in my grade.
Mm.
And I remember she had braces for the whole time, but like that was that next year where she had the braces off, and like dudes was definitely similar to the movie, like seeing what's up. Perfect teeth, white,
Oh,
big smile,
yeah.
and she was curving dudes back and forth. Like, I mean, again, she wasn't the finest chick or whatever, but like she definitely the upgrade was in effect. You know what I mean? It was the upgrade overnight on your iPhone. You know what I mean? And I would never. I wish I could remember her name. Probably had to call with her cousins to get that name. But so that this movie just really hit home, even though it takes place in '78. But like I love the friend group. Like I love this joning aspect of the movie. Like how they this is a reoccurring theme of joning and being able to or clowning or ranking. I don't even know, or roasting. I guess maybe I don't know what the generation say now. Coming for you. I guess that maybe I don't know.
Roasting, I guess, is a universal term.
Okay, roasting, universal. So, but I love that reoccurring theme because it keeps the humor going. And for the most part, most of the jokes land. There's only like a few that don't land. But again, even when they don't land, it's 78. So it's like, does it really matter? But I love the friend group. Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
No, what was you gonna say? That was it.
Um, so I said with the jokes, like with Junior Brandon T. It's my thing with him, and I know that's how they write the characters for him and stuff. But like, I don't know, he's never been like that funny to me.
Mm-hmm.
And again, this role he did have some hitters that I have like I think one or two in that later section for
Yeah.
sure. Like I think in the beginning of it they were like throwing him out so heavily it was like it wasn't really hitting like that. And then of course he said the ones on the couch where he was just clowning the whole crew later on. So some of those it don't hit for me, but it's like that's probably just a preference thing.
Yeah.
Or it could be a joke thing. I don't know.
No,
But
I'm with you. I'm with you because yeah, I will get this movie at some point. Tropic Thunder. I've said it a million times, but like even in there, like the Brandon T jokes weren't that funny like that, and it's not because I think he has such a big personality. They lean on him to be able to execute the jokes, but it's like it's not that he even executing. It's just like how it was written. Now there's some like you said later parts, but like in the early parts, like yeah, okay, but he's just not that funny like that. Like I don't know. I feel like they looked at him like, oh, he's going to be this new age Chris Tucker. Like I genuinely think looking at Brandon T, they thought like, what you doing, man? Man, what's going on, man? Like I think they were looking at him like, oh, he's like the next Chris Tucker, and he's not. You know what I mean? He's Brandon T. So I'm with you. What was you gonna say, Mia?
I would say I could see that because I feel similarly, and I feel like with an actor like Brandon T. Jackson, just like with Tropic Thunder, I feel like it's more funny when you just let him be organically who just in the character, but writing jokes for the character doesn't always land the way that they want it to because it's like they're trying to pull the laugh out of you instead of just letting the situation be organically funny. Because some of the jokes, like when they're in X's house, um, and he's talking about, he's roasting everybody and talking about Boo and his lips and naps and his hair. And the jokes didn't see. Don't
Hey,
even that pissed me off so bad. Because first of all, we stand big lips over here. But anyway,
hey, you know what I mean?
I
You know what I'm
keep saying
saying?
it's the 70s, so we gotta
Mm-hmm.
make allotments for what was in back then.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, um, it just felt like it wasn't organic. Like maybe they didn't let him write the jokes for himself or improvise it. I
Mhm.
feel like if it would have been more improvised, it might have been funnier.
I think, like you said, bro, that's why I like when he does play a straight man
Yeah,
because then you can get that funny in there, like when he's not supposed to
trying
be
to
funny.
be. Yeah,
Yeah, but that's always been my thing with Brandon T. I like him and I like seeing him on screen, but it's always a disconnect for me. But
yeah,
I think he did great in this for what he was given. So, but I'd be like, it's just something that doesn't fully go there for me with Brandon T. So,
yeah. It's like it reminds me. I connect with it because it reminds me of me. Like if I try to be funny, I'm not going to be funny. You know what I mean? But if I'm not trying, like I can't tell you how many times people I've encountered, they'll find me funny when I'm not being funny. I'm very serious, and that's what people are laughing the most. So I
absolutely.
I think Brandon T. Jackson is one of those same type of people where they look at it. He has this loud, this big uh personality, and they're like, oh, he could execute, but it's like, no, he's going to be funnier if he's being serious. And we talk about Sopranos. Tony Soprano is one of the funniest characters, but he's not trying to be funny, and that's what makes him hilarious, bro. So but yeah, but I love the friend group nonetheless. And I love, shout out to the representation. You do get a Puerto Rican character, you do get a biracial character, and you get obviously black characters, you get a female character. So the representation was there even in '78 for this film. So, uh, Mia, where you want to go next?
You know, I don't know if I'm ready to go there yet. My
Okay.
biggest takeaway or subject on the film is obviously Xavier and Curtis, his father.
Hmm.
Um, but I guess before we go that route, we could talk about Naomi, Xavier and Naomi.
Okay.
So, okay, we see they have to switch skating rinks because what was it called?
The garden.
Garden closed down, so they have to ride across town to Sweetwater. That's what it was called, right?
Sweetwater.
Sweetwater.
Yep, you got it.
And
hmm
it's bougie. The little bougie skating rink.
The middle class.
Yeah, where it's a little bit more diverse. They got the white, the Asian, but still black upper middle class people there. And there's a more of a class issue in this movie than there's a race issue. I noticed. It's you got the Garden Boys from the South Side, and then we have the Sweetwater crowd, which is
Hmm.
a little bit more, they're listening to the Bee Gees, which shout out to the Bee Gees. Mama C knows we stand the Bee Gees. Anyway, um, but they don't necessarily feel like they fit in here. They were the man, they were them boys at the Gardens. That was their stomping grounds. Now, they're going up there and they ain't getting the skates right and they're fighting for territory because they already have a skate crew up there and a main man who kind of runs shit as Sweetwater, Sweetness, with his open shirt and his big afro. And so it was Xavier wasn't really feeling it. Like he didn't even want to entertain it until he got into a little turf war, if you will, with Sweetness. And he's like, you know what? No, now we have to go and we have to show them what we're made of, which I think is always a good ingredient in a coming of age story. There has to be some stakes.
Yeah, for sure. I like that. What did you want to say about that?
Uh, yeah, like Sweetness, that guy, I like him. I forget his real name.
I got it right here.
Jeffrey or something.
West,
Wesley Jonathan.
It's an interesting name. Like that's crazy too. First name, Jonathan. I always like when I see him on screen. I wish I saw him like I wish he was a bigger actor than he is, but
That
like
I do
everything,
want to
like,
ask about that. What do y'all think it was like? Because
I don't know.
he had everything.
Yeah, he still looks good. Like I've seen him recently, like aging very well.
Yeah.
Nice looking guy. I don't know why he didn't like pick up. You know what I mean? But
It
and like you
probably
said, mhm,
it's probably Hollywood. Like I always think when people have all of they have everything as far as what's needed. I always
mhm.
think that they were uncompromising. Like
Mm,
I always think that like a Christian Keys. Like I when I see that I'm like, oh, they were uncompromised. They're saying this. I'm gonna go this far before you guys are asking me to do something that's unreasonable. You know what I mean? And I think that's what happens with a actor like Wesley Jonathan. It's like, no, I'm not doing that because he has it all. Like he has the look, he has the abilities, he has the depth, he has, he has the whole, he has the whole situation set up. So that's where I revert to in my mind why they don't go bigger than they could be because he could have been on Insecure. He could have been a love interest.
He could have been my
Reasonable
boy.
Doubt.
No, Insecure. He could have been Issa Rae's dude.
Oh,
that
he could have been a rebound or something though. Like even if he wasn't.
talking about Lawrence. No,
Well,
Jay Ellis has to be Lawrence. Jay Ellis
I mean, you
is
I feel
can't see
like
it.
he could have played Lawrence though, for
He
real.
could
Like they
have
kind
though.
of have that
Yeah.
similar, like
He could have.
he could have got it off.
yeah.
But there is a certain corniness about Jay
Hmm.
that maybe you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But anywho, back to the roll bounce. But Sweetness, yeah, he was not playing any games. I definitely have quote at the later on feel like this was bigger than Nino Brown, like you said, the whole skating, like this what he wasn't playing. Like
No games.
this is my town, this is my side. I run shit over here, like Mia said, like this is what we do over here. So but something I didn't realize watching it a long time ago was those racial slurs from the crew when
Mm.
they were talking to the post outside boys. I was like, oh, the
They was getting it
welfare
off.
crew or the food stamp crew. I was like,
Cosby Boys.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't even think it was a racial thing. I
It
think
was
it
a
was
class. It was a classism.
yeah, that's right. But coming from them, I was just like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey, but Brandon T hit him back with hit him with the Chinese joint. Like,
but I was just like, the way that white dude was talking, that was just blowing me too. Like with that whole like,
see,
they try to put that voice on. I'm like, that's what was blowing me. Then you
but
talking about some food stamps.
hey,
Come on now.
that's because he was sleeping with black women.
What's
Yeah,
going?
ain't no white dude talking to other black dudes like that. Again, the interracial backdrop that's not supposed to be a main focus, but it is a underlining through line in the movie. I guarantee that white dude was sleeping with black women, and he felt comfortable enough to get that off. That's why he talking like that, bro.
He it wasn't giving at all. I don't know who you pulling. It wasn't giving. I'm not saying you had to be like my type of,
I'm saying he's 70s edgy. He ain't.
But it was more so like a little bit of a little sass to him. Like it
I like pretty boy vibes, but all of them was like pretty boy vibe.
Not pretty boy, like sass.
The sass is in the pretty boy. You're not a pretty boy without sass.
Like I disagree. I disagree.
There's sass in the pretty boys. I as a male, I'm telling you, as a male,
I disagree.
Okay, well we agreed.
Guys.
We'll agree to disagree.
I'll say I've never been a fan of pretty boys anyway. But I mean, I'm not even gonna comment on that.
Look at her catching herself in real time.
because I Anyway,
they got you.
I got off topic because
we got to.
Well, we were talking about Sweetness, and then I was talking about his crew and everything, so it kind of was all still within that.
Yeah, within the crew.
But I had brought up Naomi, and I didn't talk about her. Didn't talk about that girl at all because I got completely sidetracked. But what I was trying to get to was that when they got to the new skating rink, they saw her, and
Right.
obviously there was a huge glow up that they insinuated because they were calling her the duck and saying like she used to be, hit back in the day, and now she's obviously Megan Good, beautiful, gorgeous, and she still has eyes for our Xavier. You see, she was on it immediately.
For sure, for sure.
But teenage boys, you know,
Miss
Yeah.
the mark every time.
Every time. Yeah. Hey.
cool, more cool. Like, boy,
Yep.
I was like Tori the whole time, like,
Bro, you missing it. So, but you're saying you wanted to go kind of into the dynamic between Xavier and Naomi.
yeah,
Right.
it was a very teenage
Mm-hmm.
relationship, or what would eventually be a relationship. It was a lot of push and pull. Like you could see they were already friends. They knew each other. She gave him condolences about his mom, but you could see that that's not something he really wants to talk about. Um, and I think he liked her, of course, but he has so much internal turmoil going on that he couldn't really reciprocate the vibe she was trying to throw his way, because she was trying from the start to throw the vibe and he just wasn't catching it because he had a little too much on his mind.
Yeah, it was he was missing it completely. Like he was missing it completely. Like um yeah, he I mean a teenage boy, late 70s going in the 80s. He's missing it. And again, like you say, he had too much on his mind, but like um I do like that. I do like it, but I will say this. It's not in the later section, but the relationship aspect of the movie when it comes to him and Naomi, I always remember back then and even now feeling like, oh, I thought they were going to set it up for him to possibly,
Date Tori.
yes. And so
Me too.
when that didn't happen, it was like, oh, okay. All right. I mean, I like Naomi, nothing negative, but it just felt weird to like he was the first to embrace her and introduce her, and even when she got hit with the water balloons, it was like, guess his friend, of course, but I felt like they were gonna build something where like she Naomi would have been more for like she's she's middle class and there's going to be a line that's going to be drawn and he's going to end up rocking with Tori, but that never was the thing, so it always throws me off. I mean, again, that's kind of that Mandela effect of it all, but yeah, I don't know, every time I watch it I always be like, oh, okay,
It's
so
kind of like lottery ticket. It was that way. Like
Yeah.
his friends. See, that's why I was like, maybe I'm having a Mandela effect. Maybe I'm Prince and you're actually
you're
Mike.
actually Mike.
So
You're so funny. But I want hot take. I actually think it would be a better movie if he ended up with Tori
Hmm.
instead of Naomi. I think that would have been more. I feel like it would have had a better payoff. I don't think we needed the extra like love interest and then for Tori to end up with Junior. Like I just feel like the friends to lovers would have worked so well for, you know, Xavier and Tori. Like, for example, he likes Naomi and she ends up with Sweetness and he realizes, oh shoot, Tori's been here all along. This is my friend. We actually have a vibe. And it would have been, I don't know. That's my writer's room contribution for today.
No, I'm with you. Like that's you right. I tried to throw. I threw him in the chat. Just see if like, hey, listen, hey, but I'm still standing on like he's definitely sleeping with the queens. You know what I'm saying? Like for sure. Like
Here y'all go.
I'm just saying he's sleeping with the queens. That's why he feels so confident in that. Like ain't nobody and like you got to think about it. Racism was still strong in the '60s up until Martin Luther King, was that 65?
65.
65, 68, somewhere. It's between there. You get into now you're in the 70s. It's still racial tensions are still there, but there's some things that are getting established that get this thing right. You're in the late 70s going into the 80s. This white dude only talking this way, not from like just a racist standpoint, but from I'm active. I'm at the barbecue. I guarantee it. I stand behind it. But anyway.
Be at the barbecue, but that don't mean
I'm telling you, the only way he talking that way, you're this white dude is not talking like that because he winning some skate competitions in the late 70s.
We agree, disagree.
Yeah, nah. Well, y'all hearing me that's listening. This white this dude like
that.
Guys,
he ain't because again, they have a diverse crew. I'm not even talking to Ash. You already got your statement, so I'm talking to the listeners. Mm-hmm. But a guy that he's coming through and he's talking this way, like very comfortably. I feel like he feels like, bruh, I'm at the barbecues. Like, I got Asian dude, but the Asian dude, I feel like he ain't getting it off. Like he ain't getting the queens. You know what I'm saying? This white dude had a taste or two. So he feel like he's comfortable at getting that off. Again, not right. Not saying it's cool. But I feel like that at least that's the subtext that's not mentioned in the film. And that's the way that I perceive his character. But I mean, they end up getting cooked, you know what I'm saying? So that ain't no problem there. But y'all want to get into Xavier and Curtis?
Yes, let's do it.
All right. Ash, once you start us off, what do you think about that relationship? There's a lot of moments with Xavier, Val's character, and of course Shai's character in this movie, and which helped the movie in a comedic movie, giving us this heart.
Yeah.
What did you gather from all of the interactions and kind of the overall scale of their relationship?
I think there's a lot of conversation that hasn't happened, and they're both grieving, like in their own ways. I feel like when the wife passed, like the dad, when they had that conversation later on, he was like, he wanted to just act like nothing happened. And it's like, clearly that can't happen. But I think because he wasn't thinking about how the kids felt necessarily in that moment, because he lost his wife and they lost their mom, but it's like X didn't know how to move either. Like, you have a little sister now, she lost her mother, so you got to be a big brother, and cover her. And then your dad, you like probably want that deeper connection with him, but you probably were closer to your mom maybe. So it's like he's moving different, so you don't really know how to navigate. So I just feel like they're both were grieving, so there was like this huge elephant in the room. And then the way they were communicating, you could tell it was just very surface, like it really. And Curtis was very angry. He was so mad all the time. And then obviously we find out he hadn't been working. And so he's going to be a janitor. X is like, hey, we got this competition coming up. He want Pops to show up. And he's like, there's better things you could be doing. I need your help around here. It's just us now. And so like trying to put more responsibility on his son. And like, he's a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's trying to just hang out with his friends and skate and just be a kid. But it's like Pops want to put more responsibility on him, and then like him to put his like wants to the side. And definitely got to get into it. Got to get into the moment, right? So when they go down to the see that the car was up for sale, that's when X finds out his Pops doesn't have a job. So then he comes home and the neighbor lady's there doing his sister hair. And, he kind of talks, but not really to his Pops. And he comes back out. He's just like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? He like, I'm finna say what it is. Like, and so he pretty much challenging his father in this moment, right? Like, you shouldn't say nothing about working. You know what I mean? He's getting to it. Like, again, we got company low key. Like, this the neighbor lady. And, this is way out of pocket. And so he throw down the skates and, You know what I mean? He's challenging Pops in this moment. Like, you've been lying all this time. And, they having this whole back and forth. And then he talking about all you care about is that car. And then he want to go to the car. He's like, well, let's see if she'll come back. Oh my God. First of all, listen here. I understand X's position, right? But he was, for me, like, he's way out of pocket. First of all, you took crazy to Pops. Like, you really like challenging. And then the fact that you even got to the car. Okay? You're not getting to the car to even be able to get the bat and do what he did. Like, the way I just was like watching it this time and again. I'm a parent now, so of course different lenses and stuff like that. Back then, me and bro always just say, she's not coming back, Dad. She's not coming back. But we never like was putting like the extra context into it. But watching it this time as a parent, absolutely not. You're getting hemmed up at the front door. Like, you're not even getting to the car. This is not happening. You're not going to take a bat to any of my property, period. And you're my kid. You in my house is not happening. Now, you're speaking freely. You definitely been disrespectful with the tongue, but I might have let that slide. But you putting the bat to the car, I'm going to have to put belt to ass, because this like, even after they had the conversation later at the table, Curtis apologized. We kind of came to some type of understanding, but you still gotta get that ass whooped though. So you still gotta go in that room.
Ash.
Bump that. You might got the Sean Stark treatment.
Okay, wait, guys.
I can't let it ride.
Shout out to my Power fans if you know that reference.
Wait. Absolutely not. But wait.
Sean Stark.
No. No.
All right, go ahead, Biz.
I have to come at this from a different angle because I feel like this was coming to a head for a really long time. And I feel like this needed to happen because it was kind of the breakthrough that they needed to really see each other. I feel like the movie, it was so frustrating for me to watch Curtis parent Xavier so coldly. It just felt like he was just so cold to his son. He had lost his mother, so he already doesn't have that nurturing presence anymore in his life. And I understand, as a man and a husband, you're grieving your wife, but you have children. Like, they have, and again, this is the 70s. Men wasn't nurturing in the 70s, from what I
That's a
have.
fact.
It wasn't like that. So he was probably struggling really hard to pick up that mantle, and he's used to being the provider. He's lost his job. So Curtis is going through a lot himself, but I feel like he didn't see his son. He stopped seeing him, and he was just existing within the same space. And that is hurtful. That was very hurtful to X. It just seemed like he was begging his father just to like look, like see, like open up and be here. We all lost something, but you're icing me out and I'm your child. You're spending all your time with this car. Like, what about, like, I need my father. It just, like, it felt like a cry for help in the most raw sense of the word. It was like he's just begging. And he had been up until that point trying, you could see him trying to reach for his father to make an effort, inviting his dad to the skating competition, you know, talking about, him and his cologne, like, in just different things, trying to make an effort to connect with Curtis, and Curtis just wasn't present with his son. He showed up a little bit easier for baby girl because, that's daddies and their daughters. But by this point, he had been lying, and I feel like Xavier felt like it was just the straw that broke the camel's back for him.
Mm-hmm.
You've been lying to me. You haven't been communicating with me. You haven't been spending any time with me. I
Right.
lost my mom. I miss my mom. You act like she's coming back. I want her to come back. She's not coming back. Like it just felt like an eruption that was just bound to happen. So I like the way Curtis handled it because he knew in that moment his son didn't need his ass whipped. His son didn't need discipline or scolding. He needed comfort and he needed love and presence. And yeah, it was extreme, but sometimes you got to put your frustration and like your reactions to the side. And
Help to ass.
Now ain't no
no,
belt to ass. I'm gonna pull this strap
no,
out
you guys,
and I'm gonna tell you, put the bat,
BTA.
put the bat down.
You're
y'all,
not doing that.
I am doing that.
sometimes a
Listen, y'all don't understand how deranged I am. Like the principle, I just rebuilt this car and you're busting the glass on some.
car.
I
That's
bust the windows out your
my mom.
car.
I need my fuck you in that car. I need comfort and
Bill, that was out of
I don't
pocket.
care. I am a janitor. I'm supposed to be an engineer. I'm a janitor. You busting windows. I already sold one car. You busting windows out of our only car. Nah, bruh.
the carburetor is flooded. He can't drive the shit in.
No, you
That
can't do
car been
that.
broke down.
I
For
don't care.
I don't care.
Don't add to what I got going on.
Can't do that.
I'm not about to shoot you or nothing, but I'm saying, listen to me. Like Ghost hit Tariq. Wake up, little nigga. I'm not mad. Everything that Xavier feels is accurate. It's on point. I'm not mad at it. Even if he talking back and we having that moment on the porch, that's fine. You grab that bat and you bust the first window, the strap's coming out. I don't care. You think it's a game. If the strap's coming out or the pocket knife coming out. But don't ever in your life, I'm a father, don't ever in your life ever think that it's gonna be cool to destroy my property. It's not a time. I don't care what you feel. I don't care what you grieving. Don't ever in your life in a black household think you're going to destroy property such as
Never.
that. You know how much it costs to get a window replaced in a vehicle, bruh. I listen to me. No freaking way, bruh. No freaking way.
For me, but
everything you said is warranted about Xavier's feelings. Man.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
Point.
He's right. He's right in his feelings.
Until he picked up that bat, that is, we can't let that ride.
We can't have that, Billy Ho.
We cannot have that. Mm-hmm. You have to be reprimanded for that activity. Like again, I let you slide 50 miles the door, like challenging me, throwing a skate stone. Like in that moment, I could have really, you know what I'm saying? But like you said, he needed to get that off. But once you got the bat, like you said, not even one win. You doing the whole whip.
The whole whip.
Oh, no. Nah. And then just no.
Maybe it's, I don't know.
And they wasn't making it.
And they wasn't to happen. She not letting that ride.
Bruh, and that's what I'm saying. They wasn't making money like that in the late 70s. Like we're in a generation now where most black families are doing much better than how we grew up. That we'd be like, all right, bro, we could probably pay $500, get all this replaced, this, that. But in the late 70s, like, bro, I don't have it like that.
Gas cost 10 cents back then. Like they wasn't
not no window for a car, bro. Like,
the cost of living was way cheaper.
Yeah, but they weren't making money.
What I'm saying is that mortgage was probably $200. They was all right. I'm saying like
no.
Grief makes people do crazy things. That's all I'm saying.
That's true. I agree.
You just gotta pay for that though. Like you know, I just can't let it ride.
That's a summer job and you got to pay it off. But
I gotta put BTA for sure though.
Yeah,
no,
got it.
BTA all day.
All day, yeah. In a 78 BTA for sure. Got to get the payback going.
Anyway.
But I ain't mad at it either way. Like that's That's the beauty of the show. It's like we don't have to agree. We give 3 different perspectives.
I'm getting jumped by the
And I'm
hump.
Nah. Ash said BTA. I
a
said
Roller girl.
nah.
I
Yeah,
don't
that's
even
Ash
see.
talking about
I'm
BTA.
like,
I'm taking it deeper than that. Like, so
No.
we all 3 on different perspectives. Ash said that. I'm saying I'm going to the safe. I'm getting my James St. Patrick on. I'm not gonna ever take it to that level, but I'm gonna make you feel like I'm taking that level because in '78, you didn't lost your damn mind. Like, I don't care what's going on, what you grieving, bro. You acting like you're acting outside of your race right now. And that's the cleanest way I'm gonna put it. That's the cleanest way I could put it. You're acting outside of your race right now.
Guys.
That's it.
Okay. So at the end of the day, father and son made a connection. They were able to come back to each other.
We with that.
mm-hmm.
We with that, and that was necessary.
There was no BTA. There was no Blicky. We were able to accomplish this without any
Said no blicky. No Pete.
Should have been.
Hey,
Hey,
listen.
lucky I don't have it in our other section. I'm gonna let it ride.
we're gonna look at the positive.
Look, but I'm happy that they were able to work it out. I'm happy that Curtis, the conversation that they had was a beautiful conversation.
Yeah.
Because Curtis realized in that moment he had not, because he was probably a typical father, like most fathers. A lot of fathers, not all fathers, but most fathers were like, you understood your position and you are in addition to what mom does. You know what I mean? Until now it falls on you and you realize like your shortcomings. And in that moment he realized it's like I was trying to process and move forward in my own way. And I expected that from you. And realized it's like, bro, you're a kid. But I never looked at it like that in that moment. And the mom had only been gone for a year. So that context makes so much sense. So like I said, I'm not mad at it. I love the reconciliation between the two. Like, we need that as a father, as a son, we need that. And it was a beautiful conversation, buying the skates and just like, hey, look, I ain't putting the pressure on you to wear them. If you don't want to wear them, it's up to you. But if you change your mind, by any means. And I like that because that's when a parent understands that, like, you got to put your bullshit aside for a moment and really see your kid. Rather you agree or you don't agree, you got to see your kid in that moment. And that was the beauty in a movie like this, which is why I say this is a perfect movie, in the sense of the execution. All right, well, let's get into like kind of the whole skating. I think that kind of covers the last part of the movie, the skating aspect of it. We seen them earlier at the garden. The garden get closed in the hood, and they're like, oh, it's going to turn to all of these different stereotypical rebrands of a building like that. And you know, they go to Sweetwater, and you know, they get embarrassed. They come back again. Junior, you know, gets embarrassed even more, getting these pants pulled down, and they're laughing on, you know, on the bus and everything, going back to their crib, to the south side, until Xavier said, "Bruh, he hit him with the Steve Harvey speech. Man, tonight y'all got your ass whooped." You know, and tell him like, "Bruh, straighten up, like, bro, this ain't no game." And they pretty much start doing their thing to get their routine prepared, and we get to the competition at Sweetwater. We already had seen that Sweetness was that guy. He was that dude. People praised him really highly over there, and he was actually had the skills to back it up. But now we're getting to the point where it's crew versus crew, and all of the different crews that are involved, they do their thing, but it ends up ending in a tie, and the Sweetwater crew are 5-time champions. What do y'all think about that before we get to the last showdown?
What do we think about
The competition and it like the both routines, both of the routines, and then it ends up coming down to a draw.
I thought it was cool. I honestly, I love how different their styles of skating were, for one, because they had chosen Le Freak C'est Chic as their song, but of course the Sweetwater Rollers used that song themselves. So they had to switch it up and do Hollywood Swinging, which perfect. I don't know if it's a continuity error that they just had the routine already made up to that song, but we just gonna roll with it. But
It might be the same tempo, maybe.
it ain't.
Oh, it ain't okay.
And it was, but whatever. I like to in my mental lore, I like to tell myself that they have multiple routines in the tuck and they just had this ready to go. Um but yeah, so I loved it. I thought it was extremely cute, but the Sweetwater Rollers really did their thing too. Like you can't take anything away from their skating skills because they're dope. And Sweetness does his thing. Um, I do think the little back and forth the Sweetness and Xavier have after the competition always cracks me up because it's just like, oh my goodness, this is one of those moments where I be like, this movie's so corny, but I'm trying like I
But
it's
it's late
corny in,
70s.
it's corny in a cute way though. It's not like
Mm-hmm.
cringy corny. It's like, oh my goodness, this is this is so like it's just like goofy funny with the like hands glued to your ass. Sound a little sweet to me, sweet. Like it's just funny,
Yeah,
but like
yeah,
way. Because maybe they did talk like that in the late 70s. I don't know. I wasn't there. But it's I don't know. I liked it. I like, and I'll even go as far to say I actually really appreciate that he didn't end up winning. Like I think it's a better payoff to me because of that.
yeah. I mean, I'm with you in the sense that I don't know. I guess it is cheesy, like in the overall. But again, the fact that it's 78, it didn't bother me because it's like, oh, you jive turkey. Let me tell you something. It fit that feeling to me. So I I like that banter for the era it was in. As far as the competition goes, I like that Sweetness did have this respect for Xavier. He didn't outwardly say it because he's so arrogant, but that was the best he could do to give Xavier credit is like by like telling the boys like shh and snapping like cut it, like give this man some respect with silence. So I did like that. um I would have liked them to win in this movie. I would have liked them to win. It don't bother me that he lose, but I would have liked them to win. Just because they already had got embarrassed, they already got put down. I would have liked him to be able. This is the one time, because that's how it be. Like when you're practicing something, you're trying to do something. You get this one time, you'll execute the move. One time, you can't never do it again. It's like when your parents ask you to do something, you do it and you kill it that one time. You can't never do it again. Or your friends ask you to do it. You can do it one time and you never do it again. I wish this would have done that. It's not in a later section, but I would have liked to see that. But it don't hurt the movie that Xavier and the Garden Boys didn't win. It don't hurt the movie at all. This is my personal preference. In a movie like this, I would have liked that just because, again, I'm an underdog type of guy. I always root for the underdogs, and I would have liked to see him get that W because he put so much on his back, even to the point that uh, Junior was like, "Man, you the leader, man." Like, and they put so much on him. So I would have liked him to take down Sweetness, but now they get to be a 6-time champion, skating. And so, I would have liked that, but it don't hurt the movie that he didn't win.
They won the year after, obviously. You have to make your mental lore.
They won the year after. Where you get that from?
That's what I'm saying. You just got to make stuff up in your head. They won the next year. That's what I think happened.
Listen. You think they're coming back is insane. They're not coming back again.
Y'all
It's
have
over. They're not skating anymore. They're
another
trying to get
skate
girls. Like it's over with. They ain't skating no more.
Girls at the
This is
skating rink.
They're riding.
like
They're riding bikes now. Like that's
wait,
over.
this is once you start skating, and this is the 70s, they still skating. The girls is at the skating rink.
Yeah,
Hey,
I told you.
but they ain't got the skates on. They riding bikes to the skating ring, and they out there in the booths, and they out there where the arcade
Now
is.
wait till Mama C see this, and I bet you she gonna comment. They still,
Hey, come on, give us context, Mama C. I love it.
they definitely was still skating the next year.
Um, I always kind of go back and forth on if I wanted them to win or not. Like just in all these movies, like Coach Carter, like I wanted them to win that final game. A few other movies, but Coach Carter was deeper than basketball, so that's why I was like I accepted it, but I still wanted them to win. It was so close. As far as the skating competition goes, the moves weren't great. I'm trying to just keep myself in that time that whatever the 70s, but they weren't really that good to me on either end. And was X practicing that move a lot that he tried? Because I
Yeah.
don't remember him.
He was watching the dude try to do it. The Nick
Right.
Cannon character, Beanard, was like, "Hey, that's one thing about it. You don't know how to get up if you ain't never fall. You ain't never fall." And so he had seen the dude kept trying it. So then he started trying it in the neighborhood, and he kept falling. And then
Okay.
and then he tried it obviously in the final.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't remember. I didn't miss that part because I don't remember him. I don't remember nothing about them raps. Now I don't remember him practicing it a lot because then I was like, it's warranted that you didn't make it because I don't even remember you practicing it like for it to hit. But if y'all saying he was,
he practiced it. Yeah,
He was, but we never saw him like even come close to
to
exit.
like hitting
to
it.
landing it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so Sweetness was not with no ties. We wasn't tying on nothing on this side of the town. So that was so funny to me. Like he eat, sleep, and breathe this skating shit. So like, and I can appreciate someone who's really into
facts.
like that. This ain't just because X was like, you did good. Just chill out. Like, so that was just so funny because he was with none of that. Yeah, it'd have been cool if they won. That would have been cool, but I'm not mad that they didn't. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it was cool overall, but it just because I'm thinking of the skating with ATL and then this, and I'm like, okay, the moves obviously were better, but they weren't really engulfed in the skating like that for real, like the final competition and stuff that they had been practicing for and stuff. So we had to.
So
I
was gonna say, since you're already talking, as we close, so we had to bring that comparison. So, how do you feel about the two movies as far as the skating aspect? Like we talked about our gripes about ATL, about them just kind of just blowing off the final competition, like it almost as if y'all never had intentions to even give us that part. Y'all just built up just for it to be about a whole different storyline. But this movie, they fully committed to that aspect of it. So what do you feel is the better movie? And I know you spoke about how you feel about ATL, and I asked you right after me.
Which movie do I think is better, or just in the skating?
What movie you think is better, and then what do you feel about the skating in both movies?
I think ATL is the better movie for me. As far as the skating goes, I guess I would give it a roll bounce. I mean, I didn't really I like the skating better in ATL, but they didn't commit. So I do like the skating better. It was more smooth and like.
They was trying to be cool with it.
Yeah, like it was like cool, my type of vibe. And obviously roll bounce was set in the 70s. So, you got the wiggle legs and the
super disco vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, you got the wiggles and the taco meat out with the
wide,
it's
the wide pants.
Vibe. Yeah, you know what I mean? So, man, this episode.
That's true. No, that's true though. Like,
you know what you go get, nigga. You know what it is.
Y'all hilarious. Like I cannot.
You love us, okay?
Y'all are in rare form today.
What?
Y'all are so funny.
What do you think, man? Which movie you think is the better movie, and which one do you feel about? How do you feel about the skating in both movies?
Um, Personal preference, I think ATL is a better movie. And I enjoy the skating scenes more in ATL just because I think it's just, of the times. We
Mm-hmm.
know skating has always been a big thing,
Mm-hmm.
but I love watching the style of skate that they do in ATL, like seeing the baggy jeans and the
Yeah, all that.
skating
The
and
jersey dress.
it's
The
just very cultural. It just feels of us. It feels
yeah,
very,
that's what we grew up on.
you know. And in roll bounce, it feels like skating is it doesn't feel as culturally ours, I guess. It feels like a universal activity everybody was doing. And it was cool, like it's cute. I like that they lean into it and it's a huge plot point, but I just prefer the vibe from ATL, the way that the seeing the skating was a little more exciting for me.
Yeah. As far as better movie, I enjoy ATL more. Like I said, y'all know my hot take. ATL is our in 2000s Friday. Yeah, I stood alone on that island, still stand alone on the island. But I do think Roll Bounce is the better movie because I think it doesn't miss as far as everything it captured. There's things about ATL that don't land as far as the romantic interest. It's like, bro, you're upset because you didn't know she had money. It don't really line up.
It wasn't that, it's because she lied about it.
Well, he never asked her though.
Well, I mean,
He never asked like, you got money?
lying by omission is still lying.
Man, come on, bro. Like, relax, Nick. And then, like, what are you so upset for? She cute. You nice looking. Y'all like each other. So what? She got more money than she never
But
led on to be.
it wasn't about the money. It was the line because you're like trying to come down here, like
She was
where
putting on. That's true.
yeah, you know what I mean. It's almost like a mockery, low key. But even though
Like
she really,
cosplay.
that's not the
Yeah.
life you live in. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, there was definitely some cosplay. You cosplay in the hood.
Yeah.
But yeah, but that there was a few aspects of the movie that was like, but I think Roll Bounce, as far as like again, ATL I enjoy more, but I think Roll Bounce was more solid in execution. I think where they were funny all the way. Where they were heartfelt, the heartfeltness was right there. Where they were competitive, where the stakes were high, I feel like it was there. I feel like ATL they were making some choices, then they cut and move to something else. You know what I mean? And we talked about that. So as far as the skate goes, similar to Mia and you, I think because we grew up like we were teenagers in the 2000s, how fly it was seeing them skate, baggy jeans, jersey dress, all of the colors, the bangles, the rubber bands, all Air Forces, like that whole vibe, Cascade, and the music they were playing, ATL that was running it in the 2000s. I connect with that more. So, um, all right. Well, with that being said, let's get into our categories here. So, character you relate to, identify with the most, Ash.
Yeah, I went with Tori. Because I had two brothers and I hung out with the neighborhood boys and we, played outside. I felt like she fit in naturally with the guys. Like she wasn't trying to prove herself. She just fit. She was confident, not the loudest in the room, but still made an impression. I think that's me. I'm chill, but I do what I do. And she was supportive, like, but she had her own personality. So yeah, definitely Tori for sure.
Okay. Me and B.
I said Naomi.
Mm.
No, I haven't always been this beautiful swan that you see before you today. In elementary school, I was a very awkward looking kid. Like I was, but I was,
Hey, send it in the chat, man. We
I had
got
to,
to see what's up.
I had to grow into certain things. I wasn't always appreciative of certain this Negro nose, and I had some big bushy eyebrows, and I was just, I wasn't as cute. And by high school, I had a little, I'm saying,
Shout out
little,
to the glow up. You know what I'm saying?
um, and so I felt that, yeah,
Mm.
and
You thought Naomi felt that way about herself?
I don't know,
Okay, fair enough. But I
but
ain't
they
mad
felt
at it.
that way about her, and I related.
No, no doubt. No, he was downplaying it for sure. I was like, bruh, like, I got Curtis actually. Uh, I ain't even
Why
saying
does
it.
that track?
It always tracks, but y'all for some reason y'all was like, "Oh, that tracks." But I got Curtis because I've been in situations work wise where I had to bite the bullet and I had to take the low road. Like I'm a graphic designer to do this, but I got to take this application to IHOP. You know what I'm saying? That's real life events. I had to do that.
Yeah.
And then also just missing the point sometimes of your children. You know what I mean? That they could be going through something and you're so caught up in what you're going through that you overlook what they're going through and they got real feelings, even though you're looking at like what's wrong with you? What's your problem? How can you even but they got real feelings too, especially when they get of age of like a Xavier. It's like they got real feelings too. And he failed to recognize that, but he did try to course correct. And that is the same thing for me. I had those moments. So Curtis was who I related to the most. Get to stepping. Character you could do without. Mia B.
I said Beanard, actually. Nick Cannon annoys me so bad. Like I want to delete all if it wasn't for Rick Gonzalez's opposite acting in those scenes, I would just want to scrap them all. Scrap them all. He gets on my nerves so bad.
Mm.
He I
You like him? You like him in Wildin' Out?
n- I like him as the host, like as the creator, but as far as
Damn, you really don't. Okay, so
You don't
you
like Nick?
a
so she
Okay,
she
she
like
met.
the majority of people like that don't really.
She just met in this role. You just don't like Nick Cannon?
Is there anything you like of Nick Cannon's?
Drumline, right?
drumline. I like
Love
drumline.
don't cost a thing.
I like Love Don't Cost a Thing.
Okay, all right.
We in there.
It,
That's all we need.
But he's playing into the corny instead of
yeah,
trying to
I like,
play.
and
Okay.
even in drumline, he wasn't corny. He was cool, and I liked it. I liked that movie a lot.
Okay.
And but in this movie, it just gave like it was a little cringy. Like she was trying too hard with the lip push ups and the B nod and the toothpick and the it was just like a caricature and it was irritating.
Mm.
And I think he's problematic in real life, so that just but but yeah,
Okay.
BNR can get the stepping. He can.
Get to stepping, no doubt. Ash, what about you?
Bernard as well. I think it would have still been the same movie. I do like the interaction with Rick, but I think we still would have been okay without all that. So
It's crazy. This is a rarity. We're going trips. I have Beanard as well. Uh I thought his character was like a sweetness knockoff. Like I thought he was a sweetness knockoff when I was a kid. And watching it now, it's the same thing. Like, bro, he got the same fro, trying to be cool, chest out. It was just it came off like, oh, we went with somebody else for sweetness, but we're gonna still give you a role. You know what I'm saying? And this is your interpretation of sweetness. And that's how it felt. I could be totally wrong, but that's how it felt. It felt like he missed out on the role because they found the better actor for the role, and they still gonna cast him, and he's like a knockoff version of Sweetness, and I didn't like it at all. So he can get stepped. Lines that deserve to be slimed. Ash.
yeah, I got a few here. This is from X. They're not old, they're classics. just like your mama's hairdo. She still sing with the Supremes. This is from Tori. You need to stop chewing on that yellow crayon and get some Colgate, yuck mouth. Mixed Mike, when he was talking to Naps, he was like, no, what you need to do is clutch some skating skills, clown. Junior, mind your business, chainsaw lips. That was funny. See, that was the one that got me.
No filter, bro.
Yeah. Naps, can I get a size 9, please? Now, Iota. Pops, who left the white boy? And then Sweetness, when X was like, you did good, just chill out. Like, you chill out, punk. Sorry, sucker. Like, he was not doing it. Was so funny, yo. He was not playing. This is like not a kid game.
Yeah, bro. It's not a
Chill
game
out,
to
punk.
me, bro. Punk.
Sorry, sucker.
Sucker. Like,
all of these lines are funnier when Ash says
it is though.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it.
I dig. Me and B. What about you?
I had my only two. I had the one from Tori with Yuck Mouth, and then I had the one from Naps when he was like, please, now, I order. Like, I had it. But yeah.
Okay, I got a few. Oh yeah? This ain't no Kool-Aid commercial. That was from Curtis. From the garbage man. Check your package. You got a little fruit hanging out of your fruit. You got a little fruit hanging out of your looms. This is from Naps. You got a size 17 back there, B Nard. A size 17 back there. Another line. Chicks only go for the athletes or pretty boys with good hair. This was from Brandon T. Jackson's character. And lastly, if you dead, let me get your Atari. Also from his character.
It's crazy.
Oh, wait. There was another. Like, I swear, there's so much that I didn't think about until we actually started talking about the movie. But from Mike Epps' character, the garbage man, he was like, Chocolate City, that must be jam because jelly don't, or because that must be jelly because jam don't shake like that. Like, everything he said was
Oh, yeah, they were cooking. You know that was all improv too. You could tell.
of course.
And they cooked.
Rest in peace,
Rest
Charlie
in peace,
Murphy.
Charlie Murphy, boy.
Man.
Goodness gracious. Things you would change about the movie or what you felt they didn't get right, me and B.
I really just said the romantic chemistry between Vivian and Curtis, Tori's mom and X's mom. I feel like they were leaning into it a little bit, but it didn't really go.
Yeah.
I wish they would have either went for it or left it alone.
Facts. That's a fact. They left it in the grave for sure. I felt the same way. Ash.
It's a really good one. I didn't even think about that because they do lead you into thinking that.
Yeah.
Because I almost scrapped her on the who could get the step because I'm like, if it ain't really, I don't feel about her being Journey's mom. I mean, that's not like a big deal, but I believe it necessarily. But I didn't have it in that section. This is something I just thought about. But so yeah, I didn't have anything. I just accept it for what it is.
Yeah, I mean the movie's like I like I said, I think it's mostly flawless for the genre and what they're doing. But I did have one thing, and it's a small thing, but like it's just the trope of Sweetness and the boys stealing the South Side's song. You know, to me, it's like I like the idea that I'm just better than y'all. We just better than y'all. We middle class. We got more money, and we really work at this shit. We just better than y'all. I don't like the idea. Oh, they stole our song, similar to You Got Served. Like, oh, Sonny, that's Sonny. He sold us out. I don't like that always when it comes to the enemy, because it's like the enemy or the opposition don't always have to steal to be greater than you. It's just like, bro, I'm just better than you. And
Do you think they stole it on purpose or that they just picked the same song?
I feel like they stole it on purpose because I feel like they're more connected with the DJ there. which why I think the DJ was more hyped about the Garden Boys, because he was like, okay, young fella, like, because they they were still triumphant, knowing that he was feeding them the information. You know what I'm saying? So, but I just didn't like it. I would just wish they wouldn't like. Sweetness is just a better whatever, or the Sweetwater crew. I don't like the cheat aspect because it always makes it seem like these guys are not qualified. Then you let them win at the end of the movie. It's like, okay, so they're cheaters and now they still win. No, I like it. Be like, no, I'm just better than y'all. But shout out to you for doing what you did. Similar, like Coach Carter was different. Like Junior Battle's like, hey man, I mean, or Ty Crane, right? He was like, hey, Junior Battle, man, you're gonna be a threat. Do your thing. I like that aspect more than anything. I don't like the like they stole our song. I hate that trope.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it never read to me that they took the song on purpose. It's just always read to me that they just both picked it and they went first, so they had to change their song. But I can see where you're
Well,
coming
I mean, again, they picked that song because they said uh them over there they ain't used to this type of vibe because like this middle class is kind of uppity. They don't get like this would be the equivalent of our today where we like, oh, we over here with the deep cuts, we super hip hop, and they over there with the
but
mainstream.
it wasn't really a deep cut. Like it was a popular song. I just feel like they just didn't think that they would think of that song.
I don't know. I just I just wish it would have they could have did that different for me. Like I don't
That's
know. But don't take away from the movie. It's just it's a little critique. Ash, more of the story in your opinion.
Pain can shape you, but it doesn't have to stop you. Um, so that's kind of really more so with X and his dad. So yeah.
Mia.
I said, don't let mourning the dead keep you from loving the living.
I like it. For me, if your kids are into something and they are passionate about it and it's not hurting anyone or getting them into trouble, let them rock. Who cares if you don't understand it or get it or even like it? They love it, so let them rock and support it. That's an extension of love for every kid, and every kid needs that. Obviously the father was like, I think you do something better with your time. You putting too much of your feeling. We did Pursuit of Happiness. He was, how he was down in it before he had to switch tones. Like if he likes it, he ain't hurt nobody. He's being competitive. He's enjoying it. Who cares? It don't turn out to be a career. If he likes it, let them rock, bro. So that's the moral of the story for me. With that being said, that is our episode. But before we get out of here, we always give you out a grand reveal of our last episode. I have made my movie pick so far in the Summer Vibes. This was Mia's pick. The floor is now Ash's. And then next week, we will be getting to the Stoop Kid selection. So y'all stay tuned for that. If y'all ain't following us already, follow us, The Childish Grown Up Show on Instagram. So when we put it out there, vote your movie in. The floor is yours, Ash.
I always get so nervous because it's just element of surprise. So we're gonna go back to 1990. We're gonna take it back to the 90s. I would consider this a classic. I've been dying to do this movie. It feels like our summer is evolving. Bro, he started with a suspenseful summer, and then we got some summer fun with skating. And then I feel like we need to have a ultimate summer night. So this is a summertime vibe movie for me. So we're gonna go with one of our favorites, House Party.
I knew it as soon as you said 1990. I said there's not another movie that I know off the dome 1990. What makes you pick that, Ash?
It was like it's not like a summer movie, but it really is a summertime vibe. Every time I watch it, it feels like summer. It feels like school's ending, and then it's a house party. Like, come on, like we outside. It's like last day of school vibes, and I thought about switching it when Mia said roll bounce. I'm like, well, this is kind of, but I was like, nah, I gotta stick to my first choice, and I'm like, I don't know when we'll do it, so I had to.
Mia, what you think about that?
I love House Party. I love House Party 1, 2, and 3.
Oh wow.
They be playing with
Ooh,
3,
Hey,
they
but
can.
after one, I
we
don't know.
we're not even about to do that because I love 1, 2, and 3. House Party is my jam,
Mm,
okay? So I'm really excited about this. It's gonna be a fun one.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great pick. I thought about it. I thought about it in the hood. Our next rotation of hood films. I'm like, did we look at it as a hood film? You know, so I definitely thought about it. It's been one I've been wanting to do for a while. I'm so glad you picked it because there there is some great conversational pieces in this
Yes.
movie, and I can't wait. So, House Party, y'all heard it here. That's Ash pick. Y'all stay tuned. Next week, we will be giving the reveal of the Stoop Kids selection. We will be putting the votes out there on Instagram. So y'all know the Instagram handle, The Childish Grown Up Show, no spaces. Please stay tuned and subscribe. Thank y'all for listening. Look, the street lights is on. We love y'all. We know y'all been hanging with us, kicking with us strong. Y'all ain't gotta leave, but y'all gotta get the hell up out of here. So we gotta leave, get back to the crib. Peace out.